For our concept, we take as a reference an iron lamp. What we applied to this object was the geometric shape that breaks with traditional forms for a work table. With this is how this architectural object is named the lamp. What we're trying to create is a workstation where the user can store the tools and work on them. The first idea that emerged was to apply a structure based on CPVC tubes that would work as a structure. To cover the structure, it was planned to use fabric to continue with our concept that transparency is important in the architectural object, as represented the industrial lamp. And for tool storage, we applied cardboard boxes to build different configurations for the model. Testing our first prototype, we realized that the structure will not be resistant to impacts that will be made on our architectural object. Therefore, we decided to switch to a steel structure. In this way, we can see that our object maintained the same form and functionality. The only thing that changed was the structure that for continuity to our concept is perfect. We take 120 centimeters as a standard and modular height from the finished room level, and the highest strip maintains a height of 180 centimeters. As you can see, the model can be configured in different ways, allowing a series of possibilities to display, store, and work in the workshop.
Regarding the cost, it raises almost 5 times using new materials compared to recycled materials. Its use translates into a lower carbon footprint and less waste. The materials used were obtained from store waste. It is important to emphasize that the highest cost was the workforce.
Carbon footprint of steel. The amount of CO2 emission from steel manufacturing is almost double the amount of steel created, 1.85 tons of carbon per 1 ton of steel. If the steel were an ocean, it would be the fifth largest producer of carbon emission in the world. In fact, between 7 or 9% of all fossil fuel based on CO2 emissions are derived from the steel industry. The amount of steel produced in 2018 was 1.8 billion tons, which equates to about 3.3 billion tons of CO2 emission. If we counted the emission of the steel industry as if it were a nation, it would rank as the fifth largest in the world. Carbon footprint of cardboard boxes. The cost to create carbon footprint of a cardboard box is 0.94 kg per CO2 emission. The cost to create carbon footprint of flat cardboard is 1.53 kg per CO2 emission. The greenhouse gas emission for common box sizes is based online and is shown in the table below. Carbon footprint of textile and fabric. Natural fibers, in addition to having lesser carbon footprint in the production of spun fiber. Natural fibers are capable of being degraded by microorganisms and composed. In this way, the CO2 emission in the over will be released and the cycle will be closed. Requesting carbon process through which CO2 emission from the atmosphere absorbed by plants and stored as carbon in biomass.
The last thing we needed in our architectural object is the work table, that is made with a 3-plate panel that works as a base and as a work table.